Julo, maybe you can give us an introduction, your elevator pitch for Julo De Guzman.
Grabe.
Less than 5 minutes. Go.
Grabe. Hi guys, hello, good evening. My name is Julo De Guzman. Julo because that came from Juan Paulo. So Julo. Lolo. So that's Julo for you, no? Julo. Hi boys, di ba? Hi boys.
Hi,
Oh, di ba?
boys. Hi,
So,
boys.
thank you for inviting me to this discussion about life. So, I graduated Management Economics at Ateneo, started working in corporate in a bank BPI as a sales management trainee, and then I shifted to co-founding and co-owning WYD with you. We started working with different um, people who are doing what they love and loving what they do on a daily basis. So we featured different personalities and interviewed them and followed them throughout the busy day in their lives. A lot of people took notice. We were seated at spot.ph. And then from there, we had friends who work at advertising agencies who asked us to do videos for them. And it was a great time for us to do video because it was the emergence of of digital marketing and digital media. And um, video was being democratized in via YouTube, Vimeo, and it was so accessible. So the barriers to entry were slim, but then you will make a name for yourself with the concepts that you work on. So it's mostly really patalbugan in terms of the effect that you have to the viewers when it comes to digital marketing and when it comes to digital videos pala. So yun, we were fortunate enough to be able to work with big companies and learn on the fly because I myself, I didn't have a film background, but I knew for a fact since I was a kid, I wanted to make ads. And one of the main things that really inspired me was Wyden and Kennedy when I saw their projects with the Jordan brand and with Nike. It's amazing how, diba, like a piece of video, a 10-seconder or a 15-seconder can inspire people to do something and really, that have that different mindset after watching it. So that's what made me really attracted to working on this industry and seeing where this will go. So, ayun, through our sheer hustle and determination, we're able to um, move from only making digital content, online content, to working on television commercials. Uh, where, of course, the budgets industry wide are more promising and more leeway for you to really work on your treatment as a director. No? So, in terms of the evolution of the production house, we're also blessed with the signs of the times because digital emerged. You know the means to an end, but then you don't do it. 'Di ba? Alam naman natin what we need to do to be able to just keep on doing work and making a name for yourself. But then it's easier said than done sometimes because a lot of things are at play. But through our collaboration, it really became something. So thanks to that also. And
Oh man, it was like one of the best
congrats to C
experiences
Biscuit.
of my life. Oh, but honestly, I mean, like wala akong business background. Alam ko lang, wala nga akong shoot film background pero parang it was just exciting to do something creative to get with people, with friends. Tapos, it didn't feel like work eh. I
Yeah.
remember the first year, 2 years, parang wala, kuha lang ng kuha, diba? Parang naging flow state eh.
Oo.
Wala kang pakialam sa
Kuha lang
problema.
ng
Parang,
kuha.
So you think that
Kuha lang ng kuha.
college and like high school, how did like media class and all that influence you? Like, because it was actually a lot of those commercials, like the Nike one. I think we saw that in high school, diba? The teacher did Garland show that to us, Nikki? Because we saw the one of Steve Jobs. We saw
probably, yeah.
Pepsi.
Pero hindi ko na maalala
high
yun,
school.
honestly.
We saw a couple, yeah.
I think given your question, I think when it comes to media, it really inspired me to, because we lived in a generation where, I mean, just put it out there. My dad wanted me to become a lawyer.
Okay.
Diba? We live in a generation where
Understandably.
parents really sometimes make your future. Or, okay, gusto ko maging doktor ka, maging lawyer ka, maging et cetera, et cetera. But
Interesting.
then
Job
when,
said a very parallel thing. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
when, but when little by little, I was immersed through, things that we all like. We immerse in basketball, pop culture, things that we talk about when we were high school. Uy, napanood mo ba to? Nagustuhan mo ba yan? Napanood mo yung movie na yan, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And we were immersed in that kind of media before, and I was like, teka, baka we can do this. I can actually have an intersection of what I like and what pays the bills. So I was always in search for that intersection. That kind of intersection na, okay, ito yung gusto ko gawin. Trip ko to nakikita ko, trip ko to napapanood ko. How can all my trips intersect with how I can pay the bills? So that was, at an early age, naisip ko, paano yun? And then, to the point na, actually, on the side, I have a street culture brand called Unschooled with our friends, with Sina Jap, with the Pox. It's another story. So, parang media really exposed me to different possibilities na I can apply and na could work for me whenever I try to pay the bills or make ends meet or look for a job. So parang anong pwede kong gawin? And that yung tipong anong pwede kong gawin is actually more of how can I work with people that I know that could be as passionate, could be as into or like-minded people. Because when you work with like-minded people, grabe yung output eh. So, yeah, I wanted to be immersed in this kind of work that is non-traditional in the future. But at the same time, I know that I cannot do it alone. I wanna, cause when you do things that I didn't have any formal background in what I'm doing now, but I think it's the mere working with people who have the same mindset. You learn from them on the fly because me and Nikki had no time to learn from it the theoretical thing ng 4 years, 3 years, or what have you. So we were learning as we were doing projects. So what's important with that is you work with people who have the same mindset and who want to learn with you also. Kasi mahirap na pareho kayong nagmamarunong, wala nangyayari. And what's also inspiring about that journey is I've been fortunate enough to be able to work with talented and really driven people in their craft. And those kinds of interactions only fuel you to be better and to work better with people. So,
And I'm curious
yeah.
about like your... Kasi,
Marami ko ba nasabi?
okay yan, bro. Okay yan. No, but I'm really curious about...
Everything you said was valid, man.
Yeah. No, like, kasi I have two questions. I want to connect them together. Parang, you were super hardworking back in high school, up to college.
Yeah.
Like, you were very active in extracurricular. You were, you always studied. Like, we used to study at midnight till like mga 4
hanggang
a.m.
4 a.m.
Pero, I'm curious, how do you...
Magigising pa eh, no? Oy, gising na, aral na. Parang shota eh.
Magkasama nga tayo sa practice, tapos din pa eh.
Oo eh.
Pero hustle talaga yun, bro. Hustle talaga yun.
Hustle talaga.
Sobrang hustle yun.
Sa aral pa lang eh, no? Like, yung mentality ng I mean, nabibuild. I mean, grabe rin talaga siya eh. But, given what you mentioned, sometimes I feel, to be honest, na sana sa high school mas nanggagawa ko. Alam mo yun? I saw
You could have.
My mindset, when I was in high school was, honors, kailangan, I have to make them proud. Alam mo yun? Yung kailangan ko mag-aral.
It's a good mindset too. It parang but
but
imagine you grew more.
Thank you for that, though. I think what I'm trying to say is, and then I was immersed in the college culture na, oh my God, co-ed na to. Di ba? So, pero kailangan ko
Count to 10.
i-sustain.
Count to 10
Kailangan ko,
all day.
kailangan, kailangan ko i-sustain yung ano ko,
The
yung
growth,
pag-aaral
yeah.
ko, yung pagka-studios, di ba? Pero
Oh.
wala. Nung college ako, baliktad. Nung college ako mas sumilax.
Okay.
Tapos high school, I don't know, I was just, wala eh. I was like,
So what spilled over
weird eh.
when you started working? Like, why did you go to BPI first?
Okay, I went to BPI because I think what I thought of when I graduated from college was, okay, I need to have the discipline to do something that I don't really enjoy doing. Because when you have that discipline to do things that you don't enjoy doing, you can parang okay, you could it's a piece of cake na I believe from there. Diba? So parang the fundamentals of being in a corporate atmosphere you can apply when you start your own company. That's what I felt. And then I was immersed in the sales and marketing management trainee program, trying to be immersed in products that I feel I won't enjoy selling. Because if you want to be a salesman of a certain product, and we're all salesmen in whatever job we're doing, I feel that you have to be in it also. And I realized I tried to be aware of myself now. Okay, I don't think I'll grow in this atmosphere and industry. Then I said, okay, I think, and that was the time we were doing. I was in BPI also while we were shooting
Yeah,
episodes with different
yeah,
personalities. So I was like, I was weighing the pros and cons. I think we can do something with what we're doing. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
I quitted BPI, but that was hard. That was hard in terms of telling your family. But you just had when you feel na kaya mo eh. So and I was and what helped in my decision making is the trust I had with the people I work with in WYD, with you, Marco, that we were all in the hunt. We were
Yeah,
all
yeah.
we were all hungry,
Walang petics.
diba? And the hunger to accomplish something trumps paying the bills and looking for a stable job. So, I believed in that eyes on the prize. But I mean, right now, as 8 to 10 years down the road, there are new challenges, new struggles pa rin. So it doesn't change. Like bigger challenges. So
So like for
good
you,
luck.
ba, ano yung what's the most life-altering challenge that you've had in your 10 years of working?
Wow. Life
Personally,
altering.
personally. Tell us a story.
Life altering.
You're in a safe space, Julo.
Yeah. The triangle of trust. Pwede umiyak dito, bro. Pwede,
I
pwede.
guess it was already life altering when it was more than just us, because we had our dreams of setting up shop, having our own thing, working with agencies and clients we can work with and grow with. And then you realize as it was the expansion, being able to hire more people led me to think, okay, this is more than just my dream. We have to make it their dream also, and to grow in the company that they are a part of. So it was that from me to we. na it's hard. It's one thing that challenges when I try is being able to working with people, working with different personalities. It's really being able to understand what they want, how they feel before they even complain
Mm-hmm.
or play the blame game or in terms of HR, in terms of HR, working with people or expanding in terms of the people you work with. I realized na kasi 'di ba, you being able to be accountable and responsible for people's growth and livelihood really struck me. Kasi this is not me anymore eh. My dreams to be me, di ba? So, it really is hard to be able to um, consistently have that mentality of growth and sharing na, okay, my goals are already your goals are my goals, so that you'd be able to work as one. Kasi ako, one thing na mali sa akin was when we started hiring executive producers at WYD, and Denise knows this, our EP that's now works for BBDO now for Flair. I used to anong tawag dito, micromanage. Mina-micromanage ko
I can't imagine that
yung
happening.
tao na when you micromanage someone, you don't trust the person eh. And
Not
it was
necessarily.
hard for me to let go of that.
Okay.
Kasi I was used to, ako to, ayan. And then, and so it was hard
Really?
for me to going up that, okay, from being an EP na ako bahala sa budget, sa production management nito, I had to oversee someone na. So, there was that push and pull of micromanaging and trusting when that kind of expansion for us started. So parang dun lang yung I realized na I need to be able to work effectively with people also. Yun yung in terms of not micromanaging them, trusting them in what they have to do. And that was hard for me. Kasi diba sa mga high school
Group
projects
work.
natin.
Oo, kakarir mo
That's
yan.
why.
Oo eh. So parang yeah.
Conditioning siya eh.
It was that character. It was that part of
And
your character that you had to kind of let go of.
yeah. And that was I think yun yung pinaka mahirap rin in terms of, let's say, starting your own thing kasi you don't have any time to be under someone na okay, and to learn the ropes as it happens. So parang minsan ang raming decisions na nasasabaw na ng utak ko, but I have to compartmentalize and always think of what will make a coworker A be better at what he does and be efficient with his time at work. So that kind of decision making really made me realize now this is more than just me. So you have to work your ass off. Something like that.
Snap.
Nice.
Okay.
There's
Ayun, one thing I
okay
also
na.
realized as I grow in this industry, as we grow in this industry, that you and
You can
I
hear
have
me.
been friends for the
Hello.
longest time.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
But then we have to understand that people change, our priorities change.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean that people who leave your company you cannot be friends anymore
Yeah,
after
yeah,
that, diba? And so that also made me toughen up in terms of you leaving, but I understand how you left
yeah.
and why you had to leave. But it was a process for me to understand and really, okay, Nikki had different dreams already. Kaloy had different dreams. Judd has different dreams. So it was hard for me to be able to go through that. But then at the end of the day, hey, I mean, for as long as we grow in this industry together and learn from each other, uh, then at the end of the day, that's good,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally. No, I agree. And I
Diba?
think what's interesting then is because we saw you naman from high school, the way you
Uh,
were, you were hardworking, pero parang may duality ka na sobrang energetic and
oh.
just sabaw. And I
Na
think
kaya, na kaya kong
parang dalawang tao
magmukhang
eh.
gago.
Oo.
Both
Pero,
ends
uy,
of the
kaya rin maging
spectrum.
But that
seryoso.
play
Pero
that nakakapagod ba
nakakapagod
siya?
rin yun, ha?
So paano ka how do you re-energize from that?
Uh, it's funny now because when my mom sees my posts on
Oh.
Instagram, and she'd be like, ay, wag ka ganyan, masyadong baka hindi ka seryosohin ng kinikritik niya ako, parang,
Oh,
wala ganun ako
oh,
like,
oh, that's the character. Eh.
kaya ko to, pero kaya ko rin yan.
Mm.
And, but, there are, I'm sure there are also some who know me as just one side. So,
Yeah.
pero I try to still, as much as possible, let's say I work with,
Be authentic.
I as much as possible. Let's say I work with clients, di ba? Hindi naman, okay, present ka. Siyempre, may konting tampisaw, may konting kiliti ng isang side ko. Bigla kang, when you present a board or you present insights about the project, and then pakonti-konti na, okay, ganito rin pala siya. So, mahirap na irekta kong isa lang.
So are you very
Pero, yeah,
conscious
hirap
about this ba?
talaga.
Are you aware when you're doing this? Like, okay, time to switch it on, off, switch it, or medyo spontaneous siya? Curious ako dyan eh. Or parang, sige, ito lang, today, kalugaon, tomorrow, seryoso lang.
Medyo. Depende sa sitwasyon, no? Depende
Yeah, I
sa
guess it depends
sitwasyon.
on who you're talking to also.
Oh. Pero,
Like, depends on the type of meeting, the setting.
Yeah.
oh. Pero sana, yun nga sana hindi nila isipin na dahil ganito ako sa isang pagkakataon with them, tapos nakita nila akong kwela sa Instagram, sana hindi nila isipin, nagtatago to nung serious ako. Get mo yun? Yung
Gets.
hindi naman sa ganon.
Yeah,
It just gone for that kind of reaction from me.
Yeah.
But then, kung kwela ako dito, kunyari, nakita kita sa poblasyon, tara, gawin natin yan. No. Excite ako. Sana hindi nila isipin na hindi ko kaya maging ganon. So, ayun. Pero hindi ako yung in one interaction I can show both. Alam mo yun? Like both sides.
Yeah.
Depende kung ano lumabas at that moment. Pero I'm not like, parang, ito, okay, kailangan ko maganito. Pero kung biglang lalabas ng konti, G.
Okay,
Tapos pwede na sumobra. Okay.
Yeah, you can gauge
sa inyo naman, since high school tayo, wala
Yeah.
I mean, di ba, kailan yun? Yung, grabe talaga yun, kung pinapaalala mo Snap yung, naka-brief lang ako, lumabas ako
we wrote all over him.
Pare, naka-brief lang talaga ako nun. Brief lang talaga. Ganyan iniisip ko talaga, grabe ba't ko ginawa yun? Pero
as class president.
Repressed ka rin repressed
Sometimes kasi the intention is really to unite. Alam mo yun, the intention is pure. but
Yeah.
The means isn't.
the implementation is just not, people couldn't understand, but my
Yeah,
intention
they
is
couldn't.
pure.
It's
Alam mo
art.
yun?
It's basically art.
Oh,
Yeah, in essence, it was
but I
basically art.
really don't, yeah. Actually, yun nga, what's
Self-expression.
funny,
Does Perea
that
Street
kind,
feel
that,
liberating now? Na you
yes,
can totally be
actually.
yourself? Because people ask me, bro, si Julo ganun ba
Uh,
talaga? Sabi, oo, tangina, ganyan talaga
uh,
siya.
Yeah.
yeah. Kasi, I mean, of course, let's be honest. When you do commissioned work all the time, minsan it's in between meetings that you just want, kailangan mo lang magpakawala, 'di ba? Kunyari meron kang after a sabaw moment with an agency and a client and naayos naman, and then gusto mong pakawala. So doon ako, and it's during those moments na all of a sudden I just love bursting into song or a gibberish whatever and biglang sasayaw. And since high school naman ako ganun, no?
Oh, nag-trumpets ka nga
Kasi
eh.
what's
Oo.
funny is hindi ko naman kasi nakita sa sarili ko na kaya ko magpatawa ng tao.
Dude,
Alam
I
mo
think
yun?
you
Kasi
can make that a big
sa
brother.
inyo ko lang
Ah,
ginagawa eh. Get mo yun? Sa inyo ko lang
Yeah.
ginagawa eh. Tumatawa, okay, pero tangina, tansya mo ba yung iba tatawa ng ganon? So never ko in-experiment yung side na yun ko. Not until Edsel recommended na we shoot something when we ordered some caps from Awake New York. Kami, ako, Judd, and Edsel. Dumating, in-unbox namin, tapos laugh trip. So every week, nag-shoot lang kami in between pre-prod and me and FISIB or meetings or shoots. Tapos yun yung content namin every week. So it grew organically from there. It was meant to be experimental without any set. Oh, dito season 1, dito season 2, dito season 3. So it was therapy for us.
galing.
Recently ko lang rin na-realize yung ganong side ko na,
Galing.
okay, kaya ko palang magpaka-artist. Ayun.
But we told you, you were born to do that. That's like living the dream. Because you're just being yourself and getting paid for it. Diba?
Oh.
Yeah.
Grabe yun.
Yeah.
Grabe yun.
You'll
Yeah.
win Pinoy
I
Big
think I
Brother,
feel
man.
lang
I'm
na
sure.
I feel lang na I I think it's an insecure thing for me, but it's always been something I think about na I don't regard myself as a creative person eh. Kasi iba yung puhunan ng mga yan eh. Get mo?
Mm.
I've always had that insecurity with creativity. That my ideas are okay, are my ideas fit or not, etc., etc. But at the same time, that just boils to the fact na I always try to, alam mo yung, it's a social media era, and you always try to people please.
Mm.
Alam mo yun? I've been, it's attacking me, and to not give a shit. There's a thin line between not giving a fuck, not giving a shit, and people pleasing. And I'm trying to be more not don't give a fuck. So it's hard now though, but I'm trying to. Yeah.
Authenticity lang yan. It comes out.
Just be yourself.
Diba? Yeah.
Pero,
Yeah.
like, I guess now that you kind of have two careers as an influencer and
I'm
as
not an
a...
influencer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, you are,
I don't
bro.
wanna
Is
be
an
an
influencer.
influencer.
Well,
Yeah.
you are. But
He's on the gram.
did it change your perception of being an entrepreneur and a business owner? Becoming an influencer? Kasi the money's good, di ba? And attention's all on you. Iba rin yung ego stroking nun.
Well, first and foremost, I really don't look at myself as an influencer.
Yo.
Because Street happening wasn't really planned. It just happened on the fly. And then I think what I'd prefer is my side hustle as someone that makes people laugh and makes people have that moments of happiness online when they feel they want to check on Instagram to just forget
Lighten the
about their
mood.
worries and to lighten the mood. I am but more than happy to entertain via being or trying my hats into being a comedian. But then, I think it's ang ano din lang, it's nakakagulat
Mm.
na biglang merong kang nakikita na oh, may mga bata, yung nakakagulat sa akin yung mga batang magpapapicture eh. Tapos, hey, the gooseneck. Tapos, sa mga, kunyari, sa mga UAAP games, dun talaga yung parang, wow, thank you. Parang ganun talaga eh. Parang solid. So may, parang going back to that insecurity that I had before. So parang naisip ko, okay, I could make someone laugh. I could, so little by little, nagkaroon ng kumpiyansa to do that. So that was really the effect on me, was to have that confidence to be able to, I can make people laugh, or I can really, as cliche as it goes, just inspire someone who didn't think na he could be someone like me to do it. Kasi, 'di ba? Ako naman, 'di ba? We're all 30 plus, and
Yep.
I just realized this now, 'di ba? So, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who would have content, who they love, what they have content that they'd love to put out there, na natatakot lang sila kasi baka hindi sila ganun nakakatawa, or baka ganyan, etc., etc. And social media is so brutal.
Yeah.
That's why we opted for Instagram rather than YouTube first, because we're scared to look at hate comments eh. Instagram, it's all friendly eh. So, okay,
Yeah.
sige, Instagram muna tayo. Puro GV. When you look at Instagram, it's mostly for good vibes and to
There's no thumbs down option. I'll tell you
no.
that.
Yeah, exactly. So, in terms of being an experimental project, yun yung platform talaga na naisip namin na, okay, we still don't know if we're really funny, but then why not do it and see? So every episode we made was like an FGD for us. And then, wala. And then to the point na, okay. And what's funny about it is we were doing it to the point na pati yung mga 100 na nag-follow, nag-thank you kami. 50 followers na kami, thank you. 100, thank you. 150, 200, thank you. So, parang we felt na as the base increased, the accountability to make them laugh increased at the same time. So, that was the mindset in terms of sustaining content for us. It was just really to make people laugh during this hard time in our lives.
Speak,
The past 2 years.
yeah. Speaking about our hard times, no, like now that we actually haven't asked you about how you're doing in terms of the lockdown. It's been almost a month and a half na. Like,
Oh,
what's been your, I guess, personal
uh,
journey?
well, for wow, personal journey.
Yeah, personal
Grabe.
journey, man. Personal journey, bro.
So I found out March 10, 11. Came home early from WYD from work, and then nalaman ko na lang, yun, biglang may, 'di ba? Biglang may announcement si Digong. And then mag-a-announce siya na
Mhm.
magla-lockdown. And then from there, I was like, okay, lockdown, lang trabaho, 1 month. Paano na tayo? Paano na tayo? So, At that time though, meron pa kaming both our units had shooting out of town. So they had to be back in Manila before the lockdown. That was a Sunday. Nung lockdown nung that week, no week of March 10 Sunday. So buti na lang nakakuha silang tickets to arrive before Sunday. So after that, yun, wala. I mean, it was really adapting to a new set of waking up and sleeping. So I moved to LGV. I moved back to LGV from Makati, and
Good thing too, because
stayed at
like Rockwell, there
yeah.
are quite a few cases.
Oh, I stayed at where I stay at my room where I'd study with Nikki via Colcon at 4 a.m. Si Snap siguro tulog pa nun, 4
Oh, for
a.m.
sure. For sure. 100% sure.
Tulog pa siya nun. Mga 5-minute break lang biglang gagawa ng something yan eh. Yan, so
it was much more efficient, I think. Like doing it that way. It just parang value for time. I thought it was a good turnover.
Actually, that yun nga, coming back here to where I grew up, high school, college, reminded me of all our times together. Because that was where I studied, my room, and it's also refreshing to be with the family. I haven't seen them for a while since before the quarantine, and it was also good to be able to bond with my brother. I haven't been seeing him for the longest time also. And when it comes to the daily, it got me thinking, we have no choice eh. In terms of the production industry, hindi ka makashoot eh. All you can do right now was work on concepts for shoots, work on shooting protocols, on how to have a safe environment when the time is right for us to shoot again, and think of internal structures given the new normal that we're operating on now. So, but in terms of my body clock, hirap. Minsan mga 5 a.m., 6 a.m. na ako nakakatulog eh.
Grabe yun.
Tapos, 11, 12 na ako nagigising.
Pero bakit? Is it because anxiety or you're up all night thinking?
I feel like ang rami ko lang naiisip sa gabi. I've always been a night owl na ang rami ko lang talagang, dun lang talaga umiikot yung utak ko because during office hours and beyond that, it's always talking and working with different people. That was only the time na talagang I'm by myself with my mind. So, minsan, it's during those times hindi ako makatulog. Yun ang mahirap.
Pero how are you unwinding now though? How are you relaxing?
I have 20 this just started recently actually. I have a 20-minute core workout every day.
Core. Nice.
I try to do that every day. Oh, kasi nung mga first 2 weeks ng quarantine, ang rami kong kinakain eh. So I have to, wait lang. Oo eh, so disiplina tayo. Kaya natin to. Ganun. So, ayun, and then nagsi-shooting ako sa likod. Kumuha kami ni Miko ng ring para makabasket kami. Gusto ko mag-basket eh. So, shooting, workout, having Zoom hangouts, Zoom alignments with the team, and thinking of opportunities where we can beef up our shooting protocols, and then mga more of concepts that we can do post-quarantine. Ganun.
I want to ask you more about how you um, deal with, I guess, you mentioned it then, your insecurities, but also like
Uh,
anxiety, not knowing what's going to happen in not just in the lockdown, in life lang, and how you deal with, I guess, pressure, self pressure, external pressure. Like, what's your self talk when it comes to stuff
okay.
like that?
What I mentioned a while ago, I think that is more for me as someone who puts up uh, content online. No, the voice is always uh, through a sense of through a touch of humor. No, and the insecurity came when every time I keep on asking myself, am I funny enough? I think to explain further what I was saying a while ago, it was that no, I always had that thin line of listening. I was always in between. Okay, should I listen to what they say, or should I just put out content that I think is funny, even though it doesn't resonate with some people. So that was a constant question for me. Every time I put out content that has a sense of humor involved in it. So um, and then I was like, okay, these people. I mean, humor is a parang there are different kinds of humor in the world, especially when it comes to different cultures. And I realized na, okay, if you put up content that people don't like, then a lot of people won't like everything. Okay, if you like it, then G. If you don't, fine by me. And when you answer to yourself, fine by me, it doesn't make you less of a person and go lang. Then, it's at the end of the day, it's really just being just saying yes to your whole self eh. Although that's easier said than done. Kasi ang raming external pressures. Dude, sometimes social media, it gets, parang maraming there's so much
It can be really toxic.
hatred.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, really
yeah. Like
toxic.
parang naawa ako sa generation ngayon na immersed in social media na yun lang yung mundo.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun, na parang the, it has parang its features lend itself in so much superficiality na sometimes you gotta step away from it and really know who you are.
Yeah, because it's no longer
So and
authentic. Everyone's
Yeah.
just trying to
yeah,
conform to
and
what will get hearts. I mean, likes or like what will trend, right? I mean,
and
that's why
that's
all the
and
girls pose with those
it's a
bikini.
challenge. It's a struggle. I mean,
Yeah.
uh, but then that's why I tell myself to actually step back and yun ang importante, always to have time by yourself, time with yourself, time for yourself, time to ask yourself what you need, ask yourself what you lack, ask yourself how to grow, ask yourself how to improve as a person. That's easier said than done, because in our daily life, we're always on our phones. We always have responsibilities here and there to other people. Minsan nakakalimutan nga natin sarili natin eh. And it is through that na, you know, my anxiety into being insecure creeps in because I don't talk to myself and just let exterior things just agree to exterior things, and it really needs some semblance of self assessment every day, especially when it comes to that mere essence of importance of saying sorry that I made a mistake, things like that,
Yeah, mindfulness of like what's happening.
uh
Yeah.
Yeah.
yun. The world needs that now, and being able to put yourself in other people's situation in shoes. Yun ang kulang sa atin kaya hindi tayo. Imagine, you know what? When we were in grade school, high school, I always had a high regard for adults. Like it was general. Kung it was general for me, kung mas matanda ka sa akin, dapat mas marunong ka sa akin. Dapat mas buo yung pagkakatao mo as a person na kaya mo magpakumbaba, kaya mo isipin yung ibang tao. Pero hindi eh. I mean, maturity is now not proportional to age.
Yep.
And but if you want that sense of growth, it really needs self-assessment. Yun. Easier said than done. I attack with that kind of insecurity every day, but you tell yourself that you're better than that. You know, that's my story. I don't know. I mean, it's tougher for
I think
other
it's a good
people.
philosophy. Yeah,
it's good philosophy. It's a really good philosophy.
I'm so concerned of the future, man. Like,
me too, man. Me too.
Hindi ko alam to be honest.
Don't know talaga. I don't know.
In production, I really don't know what's gonna happen.
Ako, I pride myself na baka there might not be a future. Like, worst case scenario na ako.
Hindi ko, wala eh. Although, of course, di ba?
Modified lockdown.
What you can.
By May.
Pero, modified lockdown, but then,
you can't shoot. Fuck.
In terms of clients, di ba?
Yeah,
in terms of clients,
so what would have
will clients be diba? Will clients be receptive to shoots again where they will put their people at risk?
Yeah.
Yung setting lang ng shooting na maraming tao eh.
Yeah.
Yun dun ako na
I get
parang
you.
paano natin
hindi nga pwede mass gathering.
Exactly.
Oo eh.
It's really weird talaga.
Shoot mo 50 people pa lang eh.
A network is saying that they want to start shooting next month. Lean team. Pero kasi pera eh. They're losing money eh. Diba?
Yeah,
Kung lalabas yung mga kupal at yung mga...
na parang okay lang yan. Marami. Tayo ng protocol. Huwag tayo mag-protocol. Sige, shoot lang. Yan, dyan. Pero yan ang mahirap ngayon kasi kailangan talaga
yun, pare.
new set.
That happens.
Kailangan talaga ng new ways of working eh.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
Fucking scary, man.
Yun ang mahirap.
Like, I mean,
overall adjustment.
It really is talaga. Like, I mean, even me as like, I'm not shooting, pero like, in yoga, grabe, like, because people are giving free classes, like, no one wants to sign up anymore. We can't, even if we're charging half the price.
Hirap.
But people don't, like, I had like 3 students the whole week, last week. Like, it's real. It's super real.
Pwede ka naman pwede ka naman via Zoom, di ba?
Yeah, pero libre nga yung iba.
Marami nang bibigyan ng libre.
Kasi libre. Kasi at this time.
Hindi,
wag at this time. Siguro give it time.
It's hard talaga.
I think this, if there's any consolation, this kind of communication platform will lend itself into new ways of working and the emerging of new businesses in the future via Zoom and online communication.
Actually, if you look at the content that's being created in this time, if you think about it, medyo back to basic siya. Diba? Like yung mga DIY talk shows, parang like it's more about Gary V. Tangina.
I watched both.
Ano yung mga interested ako sa mga sagot nyo dapat kayo rin tinatanong.
You have to ask me, bro. You gotta ask. Conversation
dapat kayong dalawa.
Detragin mo kami. Thanks,
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Julo.
For sure, anytime. Ingat.
Ingat.